It looks like peppermints. Are you trying to eat them?
Hi, I'm Michelle and welcome to Unicorn and Centaur, my YouTube channel where I make videos for extra equestrians. Today's video is number 2 in my Halloween series of easy, affordable, DIY horse Halloween costumes that you can make for less than $10. If you missed the first one from last week, don't panic. I will leave a link right up here that you can click on and in the description box below so you can catch up if you need to. Otherwise, let's go. Okay, first of all, before we get started, I want to address the elephant in the room, aka my black eye. Okay, that's not makeup. I tried to put concealer on it, but if you've had a bruise before, you know concealer doesn't conceal bruises. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, then you already know the story, but in case you don't, here's the quick version of it. I really should have seen this coming. This was a rookie mistake, y'all, and I'm really embarrassed. So, I was at the barn, I was bending over in front of Sonny's front legs, just gently brushing dirt off his front hooves when he stomped at a fly, and I was like 2 inches in front of his knee, and his big bony knee just knocked me right in the temple. It almost knocked me out. Everything went absolutely black for a second and I made like this high-pitched girly scream and I was like, oh God, and I sat back on my butt on the barn aisle. He didn't mean it. It was totally my fault and I should have been more careful. It swelled immediately and I sat there and I kind of looked around for a second to see if I had any like double vision or dizziness or lightheadedness or anything like that, but it just hurt, and despite the goose egg rising on the side of my face, I appeared to be fine, so I tacked up and went riding. I mean, I was 45 minutes away from home, so I wasn't going to be able to ice it right away anyway, so I might as well go for my ride, right? My fellow equestrians will understand. Anyway, so that's why I have a black eye in this week's video. Thanks, Sonny. But we didn't come here today to talk about dramatic horse-related injuries. We came here to talk about horse Halloween costumes. This week's costume is my favorite, and I'm so excited about this. This week, I turned Artax into a bag of peppermints, his favorite. To make this costume, you need 1 clear shower curtain liner, a package of plain paper plates, and either a red marker or some red paint, like acrylic paint or poster paint or even finger paint, whatever the dollar store has. All of these items can be purchased at your local dollar store or discount chain for less than $10. Safety note, safety note, safety note. This costume involves things that flap in the breeze and make strange noises when your horse moves. So a practice session with your horse is recommended before like the day you have to put the costume on, just so he can get used to the weirdness. I took a shower curtain out to the barn like a week before I filmed the video just to make sure Artax was okay with it. I draped it over him, I draped it over myself, I flapped it around, I walked him around in it, just to make sure he was okay with it and he wouldn't just freak out at the sight of it. Of course he was fine and acted like he did this all the time. This is also a chance to let you see how the shower curtain hangs on your horse so you can decide which way you want to hang it, how you're going to have to attach it, and whether or not you need to cut it down to size for your horse. To make the costume, first make the peppermints. Take a red marker or red paint and make little red stripes all around the edges of each paper plate, so they look like starlight mints. I made 24 of them and that was enough to do both sides of a costume. You can make as many as you want. You can make a bag full of peppermints or you can make a bag with a couple. It's up to you. Once you have as many peppermints as you want, attach them to the shower curtain with either glue or tape. I used both. I used craft glue to attach the paper plates to the shower curtain, and then I used tape to attach the plates to each other so that they wouldn't just all come off. They'd be kind of better attached. For extra security. Once you've got your peppermint paper plates in place, peppermint paper plates in place. Say that fast 10 times. Once you've got everything in place, the costume does not fold up very well. I stored mine at home by pinning it to a clothesline stretched across my living room. You could probably also tack it up to a blank wall if you have that kind of space in your house or your apartment. Whatever works best for you. And then to transport it to the barn, I just sort of loosely set it in the trunk of my car. Now to secure the shower curtain in place on my horse, I just used the clear tape. I just taped it in the front. He was like the perfect size to drape it over and then tape it in front. Now, if you want to ride in a show while wearing this costume, you're going to have to make a cut along the top or like the middle of the shower curtain and then you're gonna need help. You're gonna have to mount up and then have someone put the costume over you and then attach it. Again, doing this ahead of time to practice is a really good idea. I wish I had better footage of Artax wearing the costume, but it was raining like crazy the day I went out to film it. And this is the best I've got. I'm making lemonade out of these lemons, y'all, okay?
I have a black eye. It's raining. Artax is not happy. Ah, it looks like peppermints. Look at you!
So that is this week's super affordable, easy DIY horse Halloween costume that you can make yourself for less than $10. If you make this for your horse, please tag me in a pic on Instagram or Facebook. I'll leave links to those in the description box down below. If you're not following me already, do that. Just like click follow so you can just keep track of my shenanigans there. Next week, we will have another easy costume idea for your horse, so stay tuned for that one. No spoilers. A special thank you to my Patreon supporters who are always minty fresh. If you would like to become a patron of the channel, click the Patreon link in the description box below this video and that'll take you there, and you can get signed up for as little as $1 a month. And if patronage is not right for you, hey, I get it. I'm just glad you stuck around to the end of the video, and I hope you have a magical day. See, I don't know if you can see how yellow it is, and there's still a bump, look. There's still a bump right here, like, no bump. Ka-thunk right there.